All right. Hey guys, this is Joette with ballooncoach.com and balloonbosspro.com. And tonight I want to talk to you about 5 steps from quote to cash. And I want to go through these processes kind of quickly to explain to you some really good tips that you can look at to evaluate what your system is now and maybe how you can make a few tweaks. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And if you can, those of you who are on live with me, let me know that yes, you are seeing the screen. What's going to happen throughout the evening tonight is I'm going to go quickly through this information, because one of the things that I have found the most from talking to my members of Balloon Boss Mastermind over the years and my folks in Passport to Success is that people like to have information quick. And so sometimes our longer webinars, they have a hard time having the attention span for. So I'm going to cover this information quick in about 20 minutes and then open it up for quick question and answer. And then I'm going to tell you about something I'm super excited about, and that is my new Balloon Boss Pro course that I am now launching. And you can be a founding member for if you'd like. Don't have to be. I want you to have this information no matter what. But this content is actually covered in a professional video in the new course. And I just wanted to show you about how I've taken information where a lot of times I'll drag things out for a long time. The Balloon Boss Pro course is set up to give you information in 1 minute, 6 minute, 10-minute videos, 20-minute max, where things are bite-sized pieces with you having notes. So those of you who are in my Mastermind program, you got the notes already in the group. And for those of you who are joining me tonight and want me to send you those notes, send me an email, joette@ballooncoach.com, and I will be glad to do that if you're not currently a member of my Mastermind. For the new people joining us live, please type your name and where you're joining us from. That way I know who I'm talking with tonight. So welcome to 5 steps from quote to cash. Here we go. All right, so the first step is I want you to take control of your sales process, okay? Take control of your sales process. So you need to figure out, do you have a website contact form right now with detailed information that you gather from people? Or have you gone that next step and made an online shopping cart to reduce the amount of time that you're on the phone and going back and forth with emails or phone calls? And if you don't currently have a shopping cart enabled website, you can get one from balloonsuite.com. And I'm going to show you at the end a website that's done that and how easy it makes the process for your client. The next thing you need to do is write a sales script so that you can interview your client and gather all the information you need if you're working on a larger scale event where you need to actually be on the phone with the person or exchange information back and forth in emails. Having a routine that you go through every single time that is the same will make you more efficient. And the final part of that, of taking control of your sales process, is I encourage you to look into having a customer relationship management system, or a CRM. So All Pro Web Tools, Dubsado, 17 Hats, and Manager Sal are the top 4 that I know balloon professionals are using. And by having that customer management system, even if you're brand new to the balloon industry and you're like, Joe, wait, you're asking me to spend money? Yes. If you're serious about having a business, if you don't want to spend endless hours on the phone digging through paperwork and just trying to find everything, having a customer management system up front is one of those things that I would have invested in if I would have known about them back in 2003. So while you're taking control of the sales process, you want to make sure up front, whatever system you use, you find out the location, the date, the start time, the budget, the theme, the colors, the occasion, and any other services that might be being offered by other vendors, so that you make sure you're aware. So later on when we're having events again and there's a DJ going to be there, that your decor is not going to be in the middle of their lighting or their speakers, right? So having it where you can find all this information up front is going to make the next step go quicker. So the next thing you want to do is you want to inform the client of the next step. You want to make sure that you set the deadlines and you meet those deadlines. So if you say, I'm going to email you a quote by Tuesday at noon, when you get the quote, to review, the payment is due in full to make it a working contract. If you'd like to make changes to the quote, email me by, let them know the date, and that this quote expires on, let them know the date, and due to the high demand of decor, we do not reserve your date, the product, or prepare for your event until payment is received in full. If you do not get an email by Tuesday at noon, check your junk email or give us a call. All right. So right at the beginning, if you happen to be on the phone with a person, you want to tell them this step. If they're sending you a contact form, then you want an automated email to go back to them, letting them know, hey, you're going to hear back from us within 24 or 48 business hours. You want to let your customer know that yes, you got that email through the contact form, or yes, you got the note from them, and you want to let them know what the next step is going to be. So now you need to make sure that you create and send out the quote within the time frame you promised. Here's the thing, some of us right now are super slammed, busy, crazy doing yard deliveries and non-contact deliveries and doing more designs than they have in the past, because in the past you were doing larger volume events. So right now, being able to have a quick turnaround and being able to process things is really important. So whatever you've put up on your website or whatever you've promised somebody, you need to follow through with that promise. This is a step in building trust with your potential client that you're going to meet the deadlines that you set. So when you email the quote, make it really easy for your client to say yes. And if you're sending out any type of options, make sure it's easy for them to pay for those options quickly and efficiently. A confused customer does not buy. So you need to use your judgment as a professional balloon decorator and let them know what you think is going to work best in their situation and confidently give them that quote. Never, ever make your quote sound like a question. I'm going to say that one more time. Never make your quote sound like a question. One of the mistakes many balloon professionals make is when they're first quoting things, they're thinking from their own wallets and they're like, oh my gosh, I would never spend $200 on balloons, or I'd never spend $1,000 on balloons. And so we get a quiver in our voice when we say, that's going to be, this amount of money. Don't ask it as a question, make it a statement, such as, we look forward to creating a colorful celebration for Jenna's Sweet 16 celebration, transforming the ballroom into a winter wonderland. The total delivery with setup strike is just $4,997. To set this date on our calendar to bring Jenna's vision to life, we need payment in full to make a working contract. Now just pause. Stop talking. Okay. Or for right now, it might be, and yes, for your yard decor delivery for the 2020 4-party poles and a wind waiver, your total is just going to be $350. All right. You're just going to set the information, let them know that they need a payment, and stop. So many times we're thinking in our head about a price objection. And so we'll already start and say, oh, but if that's too much, we have other prices or other options. Don't do that. Just stop and pause. All right. And now see what they say, because they may just come back with, okay, here's my credit card, right? So when you're sending out that quote, you let them know if they want to make any changes, when those dates are done. And you need to make sure that they understand that due to the high demand, you're not reserving dates until you get any money. All right. So all of those things can happen either in an email or through a phone call. Being super, super confident in what you're doing is the key on this. So the next step is step number 4. And step number 4 is your follow-up process. Sometimes that we assume that if a client has a price objection is the reason that they have not replied to an email. But the truth is, a lot of times people are just busy and they haven't even seen the email, or they opened it up on their phone but didn't actually read it. So I want you to understand that sometimes your client didn't even get the email that you sent them because it went to their junk box, right? So for me, my business name, Party People Events, ends up in spam. And in fact, I still have emails from other staff members from Party People Events go to my spam box. So that's something that you need to let people know. Hey, expect my email on this date. If you don't see it, check the junk box, right? And so now it's okay to pick up the phone and say, hey, it's Joette with Party People Events. I want to make sure you got that quote I sent you the other day. And then, oh no, I didn't. And now they go check their junk box and find it, right? If you didn't get that returned email within 24 hours from the client with the payment, then ask for it. Follow up again, all right? Also, if you want to be more efficient and it's a time crunch, you can go ahead and ask the person when you're first talking to them or in the email communication, hey, do I have your cell phone? Can I contact you after 5 o'clock today? And go ahead in the same day, go ahead and follow up and say, hey, you're wanting this event in 2 days. We have to have that payment today by 6. And it's okay to be direct with them. And then you're going to continue through the sales process until you either have payment or a no. All right. So just not hearing from somebody is not a no. So continuing to follow up is super, super key. So, you know, like I said, at the end, you want to let them know, hey, do you have any questions? Is there anything I can help you with in this process? And then number 5 is a part that gets a lot of people stopped up, and that's handling the price objections. I want you to make sure that when you're talking to them about their concerns, their fears, you are confident in what you say to them and how you ask questions, and then you continue to close the sale until you've got money or a no. So do your best to take all of your personal feelings out of this process. Do not think about spending out of your own wallet, right? What you want to do is you want to close the sale. If a client has price objections, and closing the sale means, and that total is just $450, and our team will be there on Friday to make your front yard look amazing for Johnny's birthday. Would you like to use a MasterCard or Visa today? All right, and now I'm stopping. I'm confident. I've closed the sale. I've asked for their money, and I've waited. Now if they say, oh, well, I need to talk to my wife. Oh, okay. What do you think your wife's questions might be? And then they'll tell you, well, I think she only wants to spend like $100 on it. Oh, okay. So out of the things that we talked about today, for $100, I can, and then you tell them what you can provide. So we can go ahead and get that set up today with your payment, and everything will look amazing on Friday. You're closing the sale again. You're asking for the money, and you're going to prepare to take that credit card. Now, if they say, I've got to talk to some other people, or they really are not able to make that decision right now, say, when do you plan to make the decision? All right. So it might be that they're meeting with a committee on something. It might be they have to check with the grandparents. Maybe they're waiting on a check from a friend to help out. Ask them when they're going to make that decision and when they're going to be ready. And then say, oh, okay, you're going to be talking to your husband tonight. So tomorrow at noon, I have availability to call you back. Is that a good time for you? You know, or instead of saying, is that a good time for you? Because that's a yes or no. You can say, I have a busy schedule tomorrow. I'm available at either 1 or 4 o'clock to contact you, which is better. So now you're not giving them the opportunity to say no. You're giving them, I'll talk to you at 1 or I'll talk to you at 4, and you're taking control of that. And now, whatever that time is that you've said that you're going to follow up, do that follow up, ask for the sale again, take their money, and put them into your system. So like I said, with me setting up our Balloon Boss Pro course, I've set things up so that I can give information like that in 10 to 15 minutes to get you the information clear and quick. And then I also provide notes for you to then be able to follow up and do the homework afterwards. So what I want to ask you about is, in this 5-step process, do you sometimes have difficulty in being confident during that phone call? Or do sometimes you actually talk to people when you're in the middle of a rush and trying to do things in 10 different directions? One of the things that I want to remind you of in the sales process, whether you're replying to somebody via an email or that you're talking to them on the phone, is the first thing I want you to do is be confident and smile, whether you're typing an email or whether you're talking on the phone. Especially when we're talking on a phone, people can hear your smile. And also when you're typing, if you've had a junky day and you're distracted and going 100 directions, sometimes just smiling and thinking, oh, I'm so excited about helping this person celebrate, it's going to come across in the things that you type and write to people. So I wanted to just share this poem that your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card, and how you leave others feeling after having an experience with you becomes your trademark. So how you set up this customer service process and this sales process is going to become your trademark. And if you're one of those people who never responds to your emails, you don't get your quotes out when you say you're going to, people aren't going to trust you to do the business with them. So you want to be cheerful in the process. You want to be prepared and be able to go to town. So what your homework is for you to look over this process. Again, my mastermind members, you've got the notes already in our Balloon Boss Mastermind group. I put it in the units today. For those of you who are not in my mastermind program, you can send me an email, joette@ballooncoach.com, and I will send you these notes. I want you to look at the process and I want you to go, oh yeah, you know what? I do all this, I'm good. Or oops, this is one area that I'm not so good in. I need to revamp it. And that there's something that needs to be improved, work on that, and then become more at ease with the sales conversation. If you're a person that talks on the phone and you stumble on your words, practice having that conversation. Type up what you want to say to people, look in the mirror, and just practice it. And then the thing that I want most to encourage you to do is to automate this system if you need to. And what I'm going to do is show you one of my best friends in the industry, Belinda Barrier from Jacksonville, Florida. She has a beautiful website. She's going to be teaching about branding and automation at our Balloon Boss Pro Summit in Orlando in November. And I just love how she puts everything together. Most recently, when COVID hit, she went ahead and put on a shopping cart to her website from Balloon Suite with Brandon Turpin. He is one of our sponsors. And I'm not saying you have to use Balloon Suite to do your automation, but I'm letting you know that here's somebody who's worked in the balloon industry and has something that's ready to plug and play for you if you want it. There's a lot of other programs out there that will allow you to automate and do what we're doing here. So what's great is when you look at these designs, you can pick out whatever you want, and then it goes right into her website. You're like, oh, that's really cool. I like this. So I'm going to do the linked numbers. So it's going to ask me, what is my first foil number? So this is for my daughter's 16th birthday. So I'm going to pick a 1. My second foil, I'm going to pick a 6. What my foil color is, I want it to be silver. What the linked primary balloon color is. All right. So let's go ahead and make it purple. And then the secondary color, I'm going to put in some tropical teal. Why not? And then I'm going to add it to my cart. So now I have gone on to her website while Belinda's sleeping or having dinner with her family, and I've been able to order my product and check out. So I'm able to put the information of when my delivery is, or if I'm going to pick it up at her shop. All right. So I can put pickup or delivery and then put all my information in, and I can be done with the sale. So imagine how nice it is for Belinda Barrier to be able to wake up in the morning and her sales are already set. Belinda said that already in the month of May, she's had $1,000 of orders come through this part of the system. Now, she also does things through Balloon Planet and has other ways that her clients contact her and make orders. But this shopping cart alone, just in the last 2 weeks, has brought in $1,000 of sales for her without having to talk to any of her clients. So she's super excited about that. So what I wanted to do is give you that quick overview of everything to let you know that these processes are here for you to refine and make it so that your life can be much more simple. At this time, it's the Q&A. I'm going to open it up for questions. If you have questions about any of the 5 steps I talked about tonight, or want to talk about something that you've had difficulties with in the past or with your current sales process, this is where you can type in and ask your questions. And welcome to everybody who's joined us this evening. Hey guys, lots more folks. So if you just joined us and you missed out, I will have this replay up in Balloon Boss Mastermind and in Balloon Coach Community and on my YouTube channel. For my people in Mastermind, your notes are in our group. If you are not a Mastermind member yet, you can email me at joette@ballooncoach.com and I will send you the notes. And while I wait to see if any questions come up, I want to let you guys know that because so many people were telling me that they love my Balloon Boss Mastermind program, but to be able to sit there and listen to the last 5 years of webinars is hard for them to put in that amount of time, that they would rather be able to just go in and watch a quick video on how to do something, get a PDF, and then go to town and do it. So an example is right now with all of the party poles and outdoor decor, people want to be able to go, what's my shopping list and what is it that I need to know to make party poles for outdoors? So what I have done is created the Balloon Boss Pro course, where it is eventually going to be over $1,000 program. But for right now, I am doing a lifetime membership where you just join in as a founding member for $249. You'll have access to all the videos that are there right now. Plus, you'll have access to the things that I add in the future that, again, are going to be these short snippets like what I did tonight. I started recording professionally in September with a videographer, and we just realized that that whole process of trying to go through all that in the video edits took a long time. So I have some videos that are professionally done with all the edits, and then I have other videos where I've learned the systems to go in and just quickly tell you something, show you something, and make you a PDF to follow along with your shopping list or other steps that you need to take for your homework. So if you're interested in being a part of that program and having access to that training, this special is going to end on May 31st. And you will go to balloonbosspro.com tomorrow morning and be able to purchase. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send me an email and I'll be glad to set up a time that we can talk. But I wanted to let you guys know that this new program is here to help you from start to finish, and as you grow your business, have those little pieces of information that you can simply go in and look through the list and go, well, yeah, I should go A to B and B to C, but you know what? I need to go skip down to Z real quick because I got a question, and you'll be able to get those bite-sized pieces of information. So wanted to let you know that. All right, so let me do this. All right. So Nicole, yes, that's $249 for a one-time payment, and that makes you a founding member, and you'll never have to pay the higher amount. Now, after May 31st, my price will go up, and as I get more content into the program, the price tag will go up, but my founding members will never have to pay any more, and you will maintain access to the course. The difference between my Balloon Boss Pro course and my Balloon Boss Mastermind is Balloon Boss Mastermind is ongoing support. It's a group chat where we hang out and you ask me a question, I answer it within 24 hours, and it's about marketing and sales and anything. Where my Balloon Boss Pro course is not really about interacting with me. I do have a Facebook group for the people who purchase that to answer your questions, especially as the program is new, but it's not a coaching program. The course is set up for you to be able just to go in, find the information you need, and pull it up. Right. So what's happening now is I actually am using a different platform than I had used in the past for my mastermind program. So my course program is through a new website, which is my balloonbosspro.com. And the way the course is outlined out, you'll be able to go in and say, okay, I want outdoor balloons. And then you'll see what those 4 videos are and be able to play them. Or I need a shopping list for buying yard poles, and you'll be able to pull that up. So that's the difference. So yeah, the difference in the program is instead of going in and to listen to a webinar that takes an hour and a half, it's bite-sized pieces of something that's 10 minutes long. All right, will it just be access to the videos and notes? Yes, so what will happen, let's see. Amanda, is the way the course is set up is that you are able to go into that course at any time and pick out the video that you're wanting to see and download the notes that you need of that specific section. And then I do have a Facebook group for the people who are in that to say, hey, Joette, I need a little more, you know, can you add some extra information to that? So that's part of being a founding member to the course, is being like, hey, it'd really be nice to have this other information. And then I'll be able to throw that into the course. But it's not like an interactive coaching session. If you want that interactive, like, hey, I just need some motivation today, and you know, this client was a real pain on the phone and I'm not sure what to say and do and how to do the proposal, then that's being a part of my mastermind program. But what I needed to do is, especially for people who are newer to the industry that wanted to know, like, what are the inflators I use? What's a duplet? How do I make a quad? How do I make my bases outdoors last? How do I make a sturdy 30-foot outdoor arch? All of that stepped out. And then I have a whole laundry list of other videos I have in the works to be shooting. But I've made it where things are scripted and where things are very concise. So that's the difference between the other programs. So thanks, Lorena. She says she loves this new concept. So the bottom line is I want to make sure I continue to serve my mastermind members who like the interaction and need motivation and encouragement and ongoing support. So I'll always have my mastermind program. But I wanted to have a course for the people who didn't want to pay a monthly membership and wanted to be able to get some other content that they can just get to quickly and efficiently. All right. And so I'm being asked, lifetime access seems like it would be something that they would want to do, but they're still confused on how it's different and what the benefit would be to this versus the other stuff. Great question. So in the balloon course, it is where you can go in and be like, oh, I need to buy an inflator. Let me look and see what inflators are out there and what they do. You can watch a video on the inflators and you're done. Where in my Decor 101 program that's part of my mastermind, I tend to talk on for like an hour and a half and I kind of go around the subject. So what I've done is over the last 5.5 years, I've invested in myself, and just how many of you have invested in my mastermind program or coming to my live event. I've invested in training with professionals in how to do course design and how to make things better. So the people who are currently in my Balloon Boss Mastermind program, if you go into your Facebook group and go under units, you'll see how I've gotten things put in now where you can see, like, here's a video on something, here's the information you need. That's kind of a edited version of how things are going to be set up with this other course, is that you'll be able to skim into units and see things and just bullet point what you want, rather than just having a whole list of like 150 things to choose from. Yes, it's definitely more streamlined. Exactly. And so I've been testing out different platforms. And so my platform for my course is different than my mastermind course. And then my next step is I will be revamping my mastermind course because I've been getting new training and templates on that also. So what I want to do real quick is I appreciate you guys having questions about the course, but I want to make sure those people who are on tonight that have questions about the content, about the 5 steps of going from quote to cash, I really want to make sure I answer any of those questions. If any of you guys have those tonight that are on, go ahead and type those questions of any questions you have about making sure that you're making things super efficient and being able to turn around a quote, and that you're being confident and asking for the sale. So if you have any questions about that, please ask. And then, yes, of course, if you have other questions about the Balloon Boss Pro course and being one of the founding members, I'd be glad to answer that. Yes, great question on the content. And what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to have a longer list put up so people can just read through it rather than going through every single part of it. And that way you'll have what's currently in it and what will be in it over the next few months. Great question. One of the exciting things that I wanted to tell you guys about is last summer I went on a 9-state teaching tour. And it was so fun to get to hang out and interact with people. And I was going, that was to the West Coast and back to Florida. And this summer I was planning to go to the East Coast. However, with COVID, that's not a plan anymore. So I wanted to let you know I'm going to do a virtual tour on May 31st and on June 7th. So what I mean by that is for the first hour, I'm going to talk about balloons. And then for the second hour, I'm going to talk about goal setting. And then on June 7th, I'm going to come live in a webinar to all of you that participate in one of my programs or all of my programs from a cabin in South Carolina, and we're going to work on our vision boards. Because here's the thing, I've talked to you guys about it for years, about the importance of writing down your goals and making a plan. And so what I want to do through this year's virtual tour is for anybody who signs up to either be a founding member for my course, or is a member of our Balloon Boss Mastermind program, or gets a ticket to come and join us in Orlando in November for Balloon Boss Pro Summit. All three of those people qualify to be a part of our free virtual class. And I don't mean free. It's $199 value. I'm doing it as a free bonus for people who sign up for any of my other programs, because I really want you guys to get clear on what it is you want for your life and your business, because I know we've just gone through a roller coaster of emotions over the last 2 months, and it's really time for you to get clear with what you want for your future. And if you're one of those people who's been struggling by either being too busy with things right now, or you're a person who has been overwhelmed with not being able to work, I want to help you focus in on your goals, reevaluate what you had learned in the past from people who've been on my tour or have been to my other live programs, and really help you guys focus in on having a clear idea of some of the balloon decor that you should be pitching right now. Then the second part of that bonus will be helping you to write down your marketing plan. The third part is looking at your actual goals for your life and your business. And then that last piece of it will be getting to do a vision board to help you have something to see. And so for those of you guys who don't know and haven't seen me do this before, I'm going to go right here. All right, so I'm not really sitting at the hotel in Orlando. This is my office. I have this vision board that sits here on my desk, and on the back of it has my written goals. This is how I focus in on knowing what I want to do for my mastermind program and for me personally. And I look at that every day. It's a visual reminder to help me to create the things I want for the future. It's what helped me stay focused to lose 104 pounds over the last 2 years. It's what's helped me go ahead and launch this new course. It's what's helped me divide and conquer and give extra attention to my mastermind people over this last year. So what I wanted to do is just let you guys know that that is a bonus. It's an added thing. You don't have to come to it if you don't want to, but it's an added value that I'm doing for any of my folks who are members of anything that we've got going on. So let's see. Nicole, thank you for liking my background. That was our Promotions and Profits retreat last year in November in Orlando. And I cannot wait to get back in the room in this November with everybody. So let's see. All right, I'm answering questions now. So Christine is saying, for bigger jobs, I have people pay half up front for the deposit and then have them pay the rest 2 weeks before the event. Is there a better way to handle this? That is a great question. That's something that I used to do also, was to do the money up front. Number one, I've been told that the word deposit is technically a refundable thing. So sometimes it is better to use the word retainer or some other word than deposit. You'll want to check with your legal advice on that. But if you're having somebody pay a portion up front, you just want to make sure you have processes in place to collect that other money in advance. And I know many balloon professionals that now tell me, you know what, we don't even do a deposit because we don't want to hassle with it. It's when you pay us in full, then you're on our books. So you can determine how you want to do that. But if you do a payment in advance for half, I just encourage you to make sure that like 2 weeks to 10 days ahead of time, you're collecting it in full. And I know in the industry, you know, that happens a lot of times with different caterers, with wedding planners. There are a lot of people that will either do a payment plan or portion out. So it is something that you can do, but also know that there are some people, especially with smaller events, that it's okay, make it, don't want to hassle with it, breaking it up. But for larger events, I do understand. And like I said, for years, that's what I've done. All right. With the Balloon Boss Pro course, it is a course that will continually be updated over time. So like right now, the yard signs are really trending. So that's going to be something that's a portion of the training. And in the future, if something else comes out that is specific, I would put that information in there too, if it's something that I feel is a profitable thing for people to do. It's definitely not going to be something that has every single thing on the planet. Like I personally don't do overlay technique, so that's not going to be a training that I'm ever going to teach. And so it's not going to be an all-inclusive, like every balloon design that's ever been made on the planet will be a part of the course, but I will be updating things through time. So like if we get to a point where there's new technology out there that I think the industry should be using for their sales process, then I would be updating the course to give that new content. Great question. All right, so I've been asked who qualifies for that special bonus virtual tour that I'm going to be doing on May 31st and June 7th. Any of my members in any of my programs who purchase Balloon Boss Mastermind or become a founding member for the course or purchase a ticket to come to Balloon Boss Pro Summit in Orlando in November. So anyone that does one of those things will be able to be a part of that event and be in my training on May 31st and on June 7th. And with those two trainings, I will be recording them. So it will be a replay that will be in the member areas of all those things. So if you miss it live, you'll be able to see it in the course. If you miss it live, you'll be able to see it in Mastermind. If you miss it live, you'll be able to see it in the replay area for my folks coming to Summit. All right. And so, yeah, Amanda's saying she's still working on last year's vision board. And you know what? It's an ongoing process. So what you can do is cut out some of the pictures that you want to use this time and then add new ones, right? Thank you, Tabitha. She said, way to go. Oh, I like it. Amanda suggested to call it a first installment payment. Love it. Great tip. All right. And then Tabitha says she's got 2 out of the 3. Yes, you are a Mastermind member and you're going to be coming to Orlando in November. I love it. So you will be having a link sent to you to join us for the virtual tour on May 31st and June 7th. So guys, I am so delighted that so many of you showed up this evening for this quote to cash mini quick webinar. I hope it has inspired you to look at your current sales process and either be like, yes, I'm on fire, I've got all 5 things and I'm good to go, or hey, you know what, this is one area that I need to revamp and I need to look at. One of the things that I wanted to mention to you, if you're one of those people who gets overwhelmed when you go to work on your website and update things, Belinda Barrier has an amazing son, Alec, who is the person who's been working behind the scenes for her on her website and updating and putting all that information in there for her shopping cart. So if you are working with Brandon from Balloon Suite and having him set up your website, but then you're not paying the extra fees for him to do everything and you need somebody to kind of that's had the experience to go ahead and take care of things for you, you can pay Alec to be like your virtual assistant to update your website for you and to put those details into your shopping cart for you of your photos and your design elements that you want to have put in. For me, I am not a good web person, so that's one of the reasons it takes time for me to launch something new or to do a new product, is I'm working with several virtual assistants to help my technology work for me. And so it takes things just a little bit longer sometimes for me to make a change when I want to, because it takes me time to learn the tech. So I wanted to let you know, if you're one of those people who either just doesn't have the time or you're tech challenged and you're wanting to update your sales process and you want to have that online store, Alec is somebody who can help you out, do the extra typing and stuff that you may not have time for after you get set up Balloon Suite, because he's got that experience of helping Belinda set hers up. So guys, I don't want to keep you here all night. If there is questions that you have, please feel free to type them in. Can he load generic pictures, or do you have to make and send pics? Oh, great question. So for my people who are a part of my Balloon Boss Mastermind program, I am giving a set of photos that are of my work to Brandon for anybody who does not have their own images to be able to use, or you can just go and pick them out in Balloon Boss Mastermind in our photos. We have albums where you can pick up different photos, and I keep adding to it as people are asking for a certain kind of photo. So you can use the photos that are my personal photos from when I had the business or when I've created for Mastermind. You can use those photos in your marketing on your website or in your social media as your own work. So that is a bonus that I'm offering for folks to be able to do if you're in the Mastermind program. So great question, because I know that's something people struggle with a lot of times, is having those nice photos. Also, the people who have been to any of my live events in Orlando where we have a professional photographer, those photos are in your member areas. So a reminder to those of you who were at Balloon Boss Pro Summit in 2019, 2018, or at the parade workshops, when all that professional photography that we had done that's in your member areas from those events, those are photos that you can use for your marketing. And that's one of the big bonuses of coming to our live event in Orlando, is that we do have professional photography. And this year our focus is on classic decor, things on how to do your framing for arches, columns, walls, and how to do the letter sculpting using both aluminum and EMT and PVC. So the photos that will be from that event in November, you can also use to update your websites with in your social media. Great question. All right. So guys, thanks for everybody who's jumped on tonight. It's wonderful to see you here. And just in case you missed the part, I want to go ahead and just show this now. Share screen. All right. So for those of you who have not automated your websites yet, I highly encourage you. This is Belinda Barrier's website. And what she did is she went to Brandon with Balloon Suite to add this to her already existing website to give the shopping cart. And so it's really great that she can just click on here, and somebody while she's sleeping can say, "Ooh, I want a party pole." Oh, actually, I want to show you guys this other thing because I think this is really cool. One of the things I've noticed right now is everybody's focusing on outdoor decor for the party poles, but it's Florida and it's hot and it's sunny. Balloons don't last great outdoors. If you feel comfortable doing deliveries to people's doors for them to take inside, many people would love to have that as an option. So what I like is on Belinda's website, she's got these wonderful marquees right here. And as you notice, she doesn't have them set up as party poles. This is something that can be dropped at the front porch, and then your client can take it inside and have these small marquees as a great photo op and as a fun decor inside their house without it getting beat up by the sun, heat, and weather. So what I love on how she's got this system set up is when you go right to the shopping cart, you're able to go, okay, first number, okay, let's do this as somebody's 40th birthday. So 4 and a 0, and then you go down and you can select your colors and say, I want it to be red and gold, or let's just say red and dark blue, and then pick my color as silver, right? And then what's really nice is inside of her shopping cart, Belinda even has add-ons of, oh, you can add these confetti balloons to it, right? All right, sure, I want the upsell. Let me go ahead and grab that, all right? And then add it to your cart. And now while you are out doing other events, while you are having dinner with your family, while you're sleeping overnight, your clients can go onto your website and make these orders. And then that's the other order that I placed earlier. So if you are one of those people who've been meaning to update your website or you want to get a shopping cart, I encourage you to go to balloonsuite.com and touch base with Brandon so he can help you out with it. It is a very time-consuming thing. Anytime you do website development, it takes time to do it. It's not like an overnight thing. And so that's why I said that Belinda's son, Alec, is available to help with this process if you're needing an extra person. Or I think you can also pay extra money directly to Brandon to do some of the things. But one of the things I notice that people don't realize with websites is you need to have your pictures together. You need to have your words together. You need to know what your pricing is. So those are things that if you haven't developed a website yet, you want to figure that stuff out in advance so that the process can go by a little bit quicker. So yay, that is my excitement for tonight, is to show you all of that. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to push. All right, so if you're interested in more information about Balloon Boss Pro course, tomorrow you can go to balloonbosspro.com and sign up. If you have other questions, email me, joette@ballooncoach.com. And if you're just not sure which training option is best for you, because I know a confused customer never buys, and I'm giving you 3 different options of ways that I can help you get training, but I want to meet you guys at the different levels of where you're at. If you're a person who wants to be at a live event, then come to Balloon Boss Pro Summit. It is amazing. 18 instructors, 100 people in a room together, hanging out and really talking about our businesses to be able to take those next steps and ask questions that you often can't get from online learning. If you don't want to be out and about yet in November and you just want to dig into information now, then grab our course or come join us in Balloon Boss Mastermind so we can help you take the next step in your business. All right. The one thing that Brandon didn't say is the look of the header for Belinda's site is customized for her site, as well as the fonts. The rest of the features on the page, they have released to everyone else to use. So every time he adds features, he allows it to be an update for everyone. So that's the really exciting thing for me lately is Party People Events has gone to Brandon to do our new website. And then working with All Pro Web Tools as our customer management system, Jonathan's been able to talk to Brandon and talk to Dave with All Pro Web Tools to let him know, like, hey, I think if you add this tool or if you did this, it's going to make it easier for the balloon industry. And so what's been nice is to see Brandon and to see Dave in their tech worlds be able to hone in and provide some extra new services for people, which is wonderful. Christine, you're welcome. Christina is saying she wished she could get more indoor deliveries. One thing that I have noticed is Belinda has been doing Balloon Planet since day one in Jacksonville. So she never stopped taking the orders from Balloon Planet and delivering helium bouquets to people's houses or offering up those air-filled marquees that I showed you. So I think sometimes it's that our clients just need to be shown that it's an availability. So here's something I say all the time, this is a bonus, is I always say we sell what we show, right? So we sell what we show. And so if you're not wanting to do a ton of yard decor, then don't show that as an option. Or if you're not wanting to do as much of it, then show the other things that you can do that are another option for people so that they're aware. With our businesses, we all get to be in control and make those decisions. And yes, I know the yard art is super popular right now, but part of the reasons it got so popular is because that's what everybody was sharing online. So as people feel more comfortable with getting things delivered to their houses, then go ahead and do that. I know Cody Williams of Cody's Red Balloons in not Dallas, but he's in Texas. He's been doing deliveries of the big bouquets and other fun air-filled displays from the get-go that people were taking into their home. And I know there's a bunch of other people I could laundry list out too. But no matter where you are now, I want you to be able to write down your goals for what you want for the future and then work on those action steps to get there. If you would like help in that journey, to have the hand holding and the one-to-one interaction, or not one-to-one, but group coaching interaction where you can ask a question within 24 hours, I answer it. That is our Balloon Boss Mastermind program. If you're a kind of person who just wants to hang out on your own and click some buttons and watch some videos, get some homework, and just do things on your own, then that's my Balloon Boss Pro course. And then if you're a person who thrives on being around other people and hanging out for a fun educational experience, then that is our summit coming up in November. Before I wrap up, I'm just going to do one last shout out to see if there's any other questions that I can answer for you guys tonight. I am going to go ahead and turn off the recording at this time so that you guys can open up to have questions that won't be on a recording, because I know sometimes that's what holds up people. For those of you watching this replay, if you have any questions, email joette@ballooncoach.com. I look forward to helping you grow your thriving balloon business. Thanks for being here.